Welcome, beautiful soul. I'm so grateful you've found your way to this divine message today. There are no accidents in this universe, and your presence here is evidence of that truth. The angels have been whispering your name, guiding you toward this very moment, because they have important revelations about your journey ahead. If you're feeling a pull in your spirit right now, a stirring of recognition, I want you to type "open" in the comments below. This simple act tells the universe you're receptive to the blessings being prepared for you. Go ahead, type it now, "open," and allow these divine messages to flow directly to your heart. Today's message carries extraordinary energy. The angels are revealing that many of you are standing at the threshold of major life transitions, specifically a move and a union with a soulmate who possesses qualities you may not expect. This person carries abundance not just in material wealth, but in spirit, youth, and divine purpose. I feel the angelic presence so strongly right now, urging me to share these revelations with tender care, because they understand how long you've waited, how deeply you've prayed, and how faithfully you've persevered. Let me share what the divine realm is showing me about this upcoming chapter in your journey. For months, perhaps even years, you've felt an unexplainable restlessness in your current location. You've sensed that something wasn't quite aligned, that you were meant for different surroundings, different energy. Some of you have already begun researching new places, looking at homes online, or feeling drawn to locations you've never even visited. Others have experienced dreams about packing boxes or finding yourselves in unfamiliar but welcoming spaces. These aren't random thoughts or meaningless dreams. They're divine nudges preparing you for a physical transition that will position you for your highest good. The angels want you to know that this move isn't simply a change of address. It's a strategic repositioning orchestrated by the universe to align you with your greatest blessings. When we remain too long in places that no longer serve our soul's growth, we can become stagnant, like water that doesn't flow. Your divine guides are creating an opportunity for fresh energy, renewed purpose, and unexpected connections. If you're feeling resistance to this change, the angels encourage you to release your fears and trust the process. Type "trust" in the comments if you're willing to surrender to this divine plan. Your declaration matters more than you know. Now, about this special soul who awaits you in this new chapter. The angels are showing me someone whose energy is vibrant, whose heart is generous, and whose purpose intertwines beautifully with yours. This person carries material abundance, yes, but more importantly, they possess a wealth of wisdom, compassion, and spiritual understanding. Their youthful essence isn't necessarily about physical age, but about their approach to life. Their optimism, their wonder, their ability to see possibilities where others see limitations. They've been on their own journey of preparation, being refined through experiences that have taught them the true value of connection beyond material things. What makes this divine union so special is that it's been orchestrated long before either of you recognized it. Soul contracts are established before we enter this earthly plane, and yours with this person is particularly significant. The angels reveal that you've traveled together through multiple lifetimes, learning different lessons, playing different roles, but always growing closer to this moment of recognition and reunion. Some of you may have already glimpsed this person in dreams or felt their energy nearby, especially during your quietest moments of reflection or meditation. I'm being shown that many of you have endured painful relationships in the past, connections that left you wondering if true partnership was even possible for you. The heartbreak you experienced wasn't punishment but preparation. Each difficult relationship revealed important truths about your own worth, your boundaries, and your deepest desires. Without those experiences, you might not recognize the profound difference when your divine partner finally stands before you. The contrast will be unmistakable. Where there was once struggle, there will be ease. Where there was manipulation, there will be transparency. Where there was conditional love, there will be acceptance so complete it brings healing to wounds you'd forgotten were still open. If you're feeling a resonance with these words, type "heal" in the comments as a declaration that you're ready to release the past and embrace the wholeness that awaits you. The angels celebrate each time you choose your highest good, each time you refuse to settle for less than the divine love you deserve. Your declaration creates ripples in the spiritual realm, activating forces of manifestation that have been waiting for your permission. The timing of this divine union is precisely calculated. Just as certain flowers can only bloom during specific seasons, this relationship could only flourish at this exact moment in your soul's journey. Any earlier, and you might not have developed the wisdom to nurture it properly. Any later, and you might have closed your heart to its possibility. The universe has been patiently aligning countless variables: your growth, their growth, geographical circumstances, divine appointments, all to create this window of perfect timing. This is why the move is so intricately connected to the relationship. Physical proximity is being divinely arranged to facilitate your meeting in a way that feels both surprising and somehow familiar. For those wondering about the material abundance this person carries, the angels want to clarify an important truth. Their wealth is not the prize. It's simply one aspect of how they've learned to create and flow with universal energy. Their financial abundance reflects their understanding of spiritual principles, giving generously, recognizing opportunities, trusting divine guidance, and serving others with their gifts. You're not being led to this person because of their resources, but because of who they've become. Through managing those resources with integrity and purpose, together you'll create a partnership where abundance multiplies through shared vision and service to others. I'm being shown images of many of you experiencing synchronicities related to this message. Perhaps you've been finding coins in unexpected places, seeing repeated numbers, or encountering symbols that represent prosperity and partnership. Maybe you've recently received unexpected financial blessings or opportunities that make a move seem more possible than before. Pay attention to these signs. They're confirmation that invisible forces are already arranging circumstances in your favor. Type C in the comments if you've been noticing these divine breadcrumbs along your path. Your acknowledgement strengthens your awareness, allowing you to recognize even more evidence of divine guidance. The angels are particularly emphasizing that this divine union will challenge some of your preconceptions about relationships. Many of you have created mental checklists of what you believe your perfect partner should be like, how they should look, what career they should have. While intentions and standards are important, the divine realm gently suggests that some of your specifications may actually be limiting the extraordinary blessing being prepared for you. This person may be younger than you expected, from a different background, or possess qualities you never realized would complement your own so beautifully. The angels ask you to hold your desires with open hands, allowing divine wisdom to surprise you with someone even more aligned with your soul's needs than you could have imagined. There's a healing frequency attached to this message today. As these words reach your ears and heart, ancient patterns of unworthiness are being dissolved. Many of you have secretly believed that true love and abundance were for others, but not for you. You've wondered why divine blessings seem to flow so easily to some while you continue to struggle and wait. The angels want you to know that your patience hasn't been in vain and your worthiness has never been in question. The timing of your blessing isn't a reflection of your value, but of divine precision. The universe hasn't been withholding from you, it's been preparing for you something so perfectly matched to your soul that it required elaborate divine choreography. I'm being shown that some of you are currently in relationships that don't reflect this divine design. You've been feeling increasing discomfort, knowing something isn't aligned, but perhaps fearing being alone or disrupting the lives of others. The angels speak with gentle compassion here. Staying in misalignment delays not only your happiness, but also the true path of everyone involved. Sometimes the most loving act is honest recognition that a connection has fulfilled its purpose in your soul's journey. This isn't about abandoning commitment, but about honoring truth. Each relationship serves a divine purpose, even if that purpose is eventually to guide you towards something more aligned. Trust that everyone involved has their own soul contract and path to follow. For those who are single and have been for some time, the angels surround you with particular tenderness today. Your solitude hasn't been emptiness but preparation. In the quiet spaces between relationships, you've been developing strength, wisdom, and clarity that will serve as the foundation for this divine partnership. What might have felt like rejection was actually protection. What seemed like delay was divine timing. The person coming into your life will recognize and treasure the depth you've developed during this time. They'll see qualities in you that others overlooked, and they'll create space for your authentic expression in ways you've only imagined. Type "ready" in the comments if you're willing to release the timeline you've been clutching and surrender to divine orchestration. Your declaration signals to the universe that you're choosing trust over control, faith over fear. The angels celebrate this surrender because they know how difficult it can be when you're standing in the space between what was and what will, be unable to see the complete picture from your vantage point. Now, about this move that precedes your divine union, the angels are showing me that it represents more than just geographical relocation. It symbolizes your willingness to leave familiar discomfort for unfamiliar blessing. Human nature often clings to the known, even when the known isn't serving our highest good. We create identities attached to certain places, relationships, and circumstances, making change feel like a threat to who we are. But your soul knows better. Your soul recognizes that true identity isn't found in external constants, but in your eternal essence that remains unchanged through every transition. This move is an invitation to remember who you really are beneath the accumulated layers of where you've been and what you've experienced. For some of you, this move will be across great distances, perhaps to another state or even another country. For others, it might be just across town or to a different neighborhood. The distance isn't what matters. It's the energetic shift that accompanies your willingness to follow divine guidance. The angels are showing me that many of you will receive clear signs about your destination, perhaps through dreams, unexpected opportunities, or connections that form with surprising ease. Some of you will be drawn to places you've never even considered before, while others will return to locations that once held significance in your journey. Trust these nudges. They're not random, but carefully calibrated to position you in the Perfect environment for what comes next. Your divine partner is already connected to this new location in some way. Perhaps they've lived there for years, recently relocated there themselves, or frequently visit for work or family reasons. The universe has been orchestrating your paths to converge at precisely the right moment. When you meet, there will be an unmistakable recognition. Not necessarily love at first sight in the romantic sense, but a soul recognition that feels like remembering rather than discovering. Something in their eyes, their voice, or their presence will awaken a knowing in you that transcends logical explanation. You might find yourself thinking, "There you are, I've been waiting for you," without understanding why those words arise in your consciousness. The wealth this person carries is multifaceted. Yes, there is material abundance. The angels show me that they've been blessed financially through ethical means, through service, innovation, or perhaps family legacy that they've managed with integrity. But more important than their financial resources is their richness of character. They possess emotional intelligence, spiritual awareness, and genuine compassion that makes their presence feel like a sanctuary. Their youth isn't necessarily chronological, though many will indeed be chronologically younger than you expected, but reflects their approach to life. They maintain wonder, curiosity, and openness that keeps their spirit vibrant regardless of physical age. They're young at heart in the most beautiful sense, bringing fresh perspective to experiences you might have become cynical about. This divine partnership will be characterized by balance. Where you are strong, they may have areas of growth. Where you struggle, they often excel. This complementary design isn't accidental, but intentional, creating a relationship where both souls continue to evolve through loving support rather than critical judgment. The angels show me that many of you have experienced relationships where your growth was seen as threatening, or where your challenges were met with impatience. This partnership will be different. Your evolution will be celebrated, your healing will be supported, and your authentic expression will be treasured as the gift it truly is. Type balance in the comments if you're ready to experience this divine equilibrium in partnership. Your declaration signals to the universe that you're no longer willing to contort yourself into shapes that please others at the expense of your own well-being. You're ready for the mutual respect and appreciation that allows both souls to expand into their highest expression. The timeline for these divine unfoldings varies for each of you listening. For some, the move is imminent, perhaps already in process or materializing within weeks. For others, the preparations are just beginning, with full manifestation a few months away. The angels emphasize that your attitude toward divine timing significantly influences your experience of the journey. Resistance creates friction. Surrender creates flow. If you find yourself becoming anxious or attempting to force outcomes, pause and remember that divine orchestration sees the complete picture while your perspective remains limited. Trust that delays serve purpose and acceleration occurs precisely when beneficial. I'm being shown that some of you have experienced profound disappointment when previous relationships failed to fulfill the promise you felt they held. You may have received similar messages before or experienced synchronicities that seem to confirm a particular connection was divinely ordained, only to watch it dissolve painfully. The angels want you to know that those experiences weren't false guidance but incomplete chapters. Sometimes a connection serves as preparation rather than destination, teaching crucial lessons that can only be understood in retrospect. What feels like broken promise is often redirection toward greater alignment. The divine realm never abandons you in these painful transitions, but walks beside you, gathering wisdom from every tear that falls. Your forthcoming divine partner has also experienced their share of relationship lessons. The angels show me that many have endured betrayal, rejection, or profound loss that initially hardened their heart, but ultimately refined their discernment. They've learned to value substance over appearance, character over charm, and authentic connection over convenient companionship. Like you, they've questioned whether true partnership was possible, whether their vision of love was merely idealistic fantasy. Their journey toward emotional wholeness has been parallel to yours, creating the perfect foundation for recognition when you finally meet. The material abundance they bring into this union has been earned through integrity, although the specific sources vary widely. For some, their wealth comes through entrepreneurial vision, creating services or products that genuinely improve lives. For others, it reflects professional excellence in their chosen field, whether medicine, technology, arts, education, or countless other arenas. Some have received inheritance or unexpected financial blessing that they've managed with wisdom and generosity. The common thread isn't how their abundance manifested, but how they relate to it, with gratitude rather than entitlement, with generosity rather than hoarding, with purpose rather than ego gratification. This person will introduce you to new perspectives on prosperity that heal any scarcity mindsets you may have developed through difficult experiences. Together, you'll learn that true abundance isn't measured by accumulation, but by circulation, the flow of resources toward purposes that align with divine values. Your partnership will become a channel through which blessing flows, not just to you, but through you to others whose paths cross yours. The angels show me images of collaborative projects, shared visions, and creative endeavors that unite your unique gifts in service to collective healing and elevation. Type flow in the IBRN comments if you're ready to release constricted thinking about resources and embrace divine abundance that expands rather than diminishes when shared. Your declaration creates energetic openings for new patterns of prosperity to enter your experience, dissolving ancient beliefs that have limited your receiving. The move that precedes this divine union serves multiple purposes in your journey. Beyond positioning you geographically for the meeting, it represents spiritual releasing and recalibration. As you sort through physical possessions, deciding what to bring forward and what to leave behind, you'll undergo parallel processes in your emotional and spiritual bodies. Relationships, beliefs, and identities that no longer serve your highest evolution will naturally fall away, sometimes with surprising ease after years of struggle to maintain them. This releasing isn't loss, but liberation, creating essential space for new energy to enter. Many of you will experience unexpected assistance with this move, financial provision, practical help, or doors opening with remarkable timing. These aren't coincidences, but divine orchestration, confirmation that you're moving in alignment with higher purpose. Some will receive job offers or professional opportunities that make relocation not just possible but advantageous. Others will find housing situations that exceed expectations while remaining within your means. The specifics vary, but the pattern remains consistent. When you move in harmony with divine guidance, resources appear that wouldn't materialize through forced effort or manipulated timing. I'm being shown that this relocation represents not just physical movement, but energetic elevation. The vibrational frequency of your new environment will support expansion that would have been difficult to sustain in your previous location. Some places carry accumulated energies that subtly influence those who dwell there, for better or worse. Your new location has been specifically selected to provide the optimal energetic conditions for your next level of becoming. You'll likely notice subtle shifts in your mood, creativity, and overall well-being shortly after settling in, as your energy field harmonizes with the supportive frequencies surrounding you. For those concerned about leaving behind loved ones or support systems, the angels offer gentle reassurance. True connections transcend geographical distance. Those relationships meant to remain significant in your journey will find ways to evolve rather than dissolve through your transition. Additionally, your move creates space for others in your circle to grow in ways that might have been limited by established patterns of interaction. Trust that divine wisdom considers the highest good of all involved, orchestrating far more than your individual path. Sometimes your willingness to follow guidance becomes a permission slip for others to pursue their own calling as well. Your divine partner has been positioned not just through geography, but through experiences that have prepared them specifically for connection with you. The angels show me that many have recently completed important cycles in their personal development, perhaps finishing educational pursuits, concluding business ventures, or healing family dynamics that previously consumed their attention. They've been creating space in their lives, often without understanding why certain completions felt so important. Their spirit has been responding to divine timing, preparing for the significance of your eventual meeting. The youth they embody, whether chronological or spiritual, brings essential qualities to your partnership. Their perspective offers fresh approaches to challenges you may have circled repeatedly without resolution. Their energy revitalizes areas where you've experienced depletion or disillusionment. Their vision expands possibilities you might have prematurely dismissed based on past disappointments. This youthful essence isn't immaturity but unwounded potential, approaching life's circumstances without the accumulated armor that often restricts authentic engagement. Their presence in your life will reawaken aspects of your own spirit that may have gone dormant during difficult seasons. Type "awaken" in the comments if you're ready for this gentle revitalization of your spirit through divine partnership. Your declaration creates receptivity to remembering aspects of yourself that challenges and disappointments may have buried beneath protective layers. The angels celebrate your willingness to become known again, to be seen in your authentic essence, rather than the adapted versions of yourself you've presented to earn approval or avoid rejection. For those wondering about the specific timing of meeting this divine partner after your move, the angels intentionally avoid precise predictions that might create anxiety or artificial expectations. Divine timing operates through readiness rather than calendars. Some connections will manifest within days of relocation, while others may unfold over weeks or even months as you establish new patterns and community in your new environment. Trust that the exact moment of meeting has been precisely calculated to create optimal conditions for recognition and reception. Your responsibility isn't to search but to remain present, attentive to divine nudges that guide your daily choices and interactions. The initial meeting will likely occur in circumstances that feel both ordinary and somehow significant. Many connections will form through everyday activities, perhaps at community events, through professional circles, during recreational activities, or even through seemingly random encounters that later reveal their divine orchestration. The conversation will flow with unusual ease, as if you're continuing a discussion rather than beginning one. You'll likely experience moments of surprising synchronicity, discovering shared interests, parallel life experiences, or mutual connections that statistically seem improbable. These aren't coincidences but confirmation, breadcrumbs along the path of recognition. Some of you are wondering whether you've already met this person, perhaps through brief encounters that left lasting impressions. The angels show me that for some listening, yes, there have been preliminary connections, seeds planted that will flourish when conditions fully align. These might have been brief conversations at events, online interactions, or professional encounters that contained subtle undercurrents of recognition. If someone comes to mind as you receive this message, pay attention to that intuitive nudge without forcing conclusions. Divine timing often includes preview moments that only reveal their significance in retrospect. The material abundance this person brings represents more than financial security. It reflects their mastery of certain universal principles, their understanding that prosperity flows toward value creation, toward service, toward solving meaningful problems. Their relationship with wealth embodies stewardship rather than ownership, gratitude rather than entitlement. This foundation creates partnership possibilities that transcend traditional limitations, allowing your combined resources, material, intellectual, creative, and spiritual, to manifest visions that might have seemed impossible individually. Together, you'll discover that true abundance multiplies through sharing rather than diminishes. For those concerned about power dynamics, when one partner brings greater financial resources, the angels offer important perspective. True divine partnership transcends superficial imbalances through mutual recognition of diverse forms of wealth. While your partner may bring material abundance, you contribute equally valuable assets, perhaps wisdom, healing presence, creative vision, emotional intelligence, or spiritual discernment. The relationship flourishes through mutual appreciation of these complementary gifts, creating exchange based on recognition rather than obligation. Neither partner feels indebted or entitled because both understand that all resources, visible and invisible, flow from divine source through you rather than from you. Type value in the comments if you're ready to recognize the immeasurable worth you bring to partnership beyond material considerations. Your declaration activates deeper awareness of your unique contributions, dissolving any lingering beliefs that financial resources somehow indicate greater worthiness or importance in relationship dynamics. The angels celebrate your willingness to stand in the truth of your intrinsic value, neither diminishing yourself nor needing to prove your worth through external measures. The move preceding this divine connection represents important symbolic surrender. By physically relocating, you demonstrate trust in guidance that transcends logical understanding. This willingness to step into the unknown based on inner knowing rather than external guarantees strengthens spiritual muscles essential for your next chapter. The divine realm recognizes that geographical transitions often require courage, especially when the full purpose remains partially veiled. Your willingness to proceed despite uncertainty indicates soul maturity that creates receptivity for the blessings being prepared for you. Many of you will experience surprising ease with aspects of relocation that previously seemed daunting. Resources, assistance, and opportunities will align in ways that confirm you're moving in harmony with divine orchestration. Some will receive unexpected financial provisions specifically designated for transition expenses. Others will find perfect housing situations through connections that couldn't have been manufactured through personal effort. Still others will discover that possessions and attachments you expected to struggle releasing simply lose their emotional grip. allowing streamlined transition into your new chapter. These aren't random circumstances, but divine confirmation, breadcrumbs along the path of alignment. For those feeling hesitation about such significant changes, the angels surround you with compassionate understanding. Fear naturally arises when we stand at thresholds of transformation, even when those thresholds lead to long-desired blessings. Your apprehension doesn't indicate misalignment, but simply human response to the unknown. Rather than judge these feelings, simply acknowledge them with gentleness while continuing to move forward in faith. Courage isn't absence of fear, but willingness to proceed despite it. The divine realm honors each step taken in trust, especially when those steps require moving beyond comfortable limitations into expanded possibility. Your divine partner has been experiencing parallel preparation, often without conscious awareness of its purpose. Many have recently concluded significant chapters, completing educational pursuits, ending relationships that had fulfilled their purpose, or resolving family dynamics that previously commanded their attention. Some have experienced unexpected professional changes, perhaps job transitions or business evolutions that create greater flexibility for the connection awaiting them. Others have been drawn to personal development, spiritual exploration, or healing modalities that expand their capacity for authentic partnership. These aren't random circumstances, but precisely orchestrated preparations for the significance of your eventual meeting. The timing of this divine connection correlates with collective evolution occurring throughout humanity. We're experiencing unprecedented awakening to deeper truths about connection, purpose, and authentic living. Relationships formed during this significant transitional period carry special qualities: greater consciousness, intentional growth orientation, and alignment with broader healing purposes that extend beyond personal fulfillment. Your partnership represents not just individual blessing, but contribution to collective elevation, modeling possibilities that inspire others to seek deeper alignment in their own connections. Type purpose in the comments if you're ready to embrace the broader significance of your divine partnership beyond personal happiness. Your declaration activates awareness of how your relationship serves as both personal healing and collective contribution, extending ripples of possibility far beyond your immediate experience. The angels celebrate your willingness to recognize the sacred responsibility that accompanies divine blessing. The angels emphasize that while this message speaks of significant blessings approaching, the most important preparation occurs within your own consciousness. External circumstances align with internal readiness. The coming months offer precious opportunity to release limiting beliefs about your worthiness to receive love, abundance, and divine partnership. Many of you have carried subconscious convictions that true happiness remains perpetually just, beyond reach, that profound love exists for others but not for you, that financial ease creates spiritual compromise. These beliefs, often formed through painful experiences or inherited from family patterns, create invisible barriers to receiving what's already being prepared for you. Through simple daily practices, affirmative prayer, meditation, journaling, conscious thought management, you can systematically dissolve these limitations, creating receptivity for the blessings awaiting you. Each time you notice thoughts of unworthiness or impossibility arising, gently replace them with declarations of divine birthright, of inherent deservingness based not on performance, but on your inseparable connection to Source. This internal Work accelerates external manifestation, creating harmony between your consciousness and the experiences being divinely orchestrated for your highest good. As your move approaches, whether already in process or still forming in the field of potential, maintain awareness that every detail serves purpose beyond practical necessity. The timing, the location, the circumstances of your transition all contain divine precision that will become increasingly evident as your journey unfolds. Some aspects that initially appear as obstacles or delays will later reveal themselves as essential components of perfect orchestration. Maintain perspective that views your experience through the lens of divine intention rather than surface appearance, trusting the wisdom that arranges each circumstance for maximum blessing and growth. Type perspective in the comments if you're willing to view your circumstances through this elevated awareness, recognizing divine patterns within apparent randomness. Your declaration creates energetic alignment with higher vision, allowing you to perceive guidance and purpose in experiences that might otherwise seem arbitrary or challenging. The angels celebrate your willingness to trust the perfectionism of divine orchestration even when its full purpose remains temporarily veiled from human understanding. The wealth your divine partner brings represents more than material comfort. It reflects their alignment with universal laws of value exchange, of contribution, of service. Their prosperity flows from integrity, from ethical engagement with resources and opportunities. This foundation creates partnership possibilities where abundance becomes tool rather than goal, means rather than end. Together, you'll discover that true wealth lies in having sufficient resources to pursue purpose without restriction, to support causes that align with your shared values, to create beauty and healing in a world hungry for both. Material ease becomes platform for meaningful contribution rather than pursuit of endless acquisition. For those concerned about cultural messaging regarding age differences in relationships, the angels offer important perspective. Divine connection transcends superficial considerations, creating recognition based on soul resonance rather than external markers. Whether your partner is chronologically younger or simply embodies youthful essence, your relationship will be characterized by mutual respect, balanced contribution, and recognition of the unique wisdom each brings. The outside world may initially apply standardized judgments to what they perceive, but the authentic harmony of your connection will eventually dissolve these projections, revealing the divine design that orchestrated your meeting beyond conventional considerations. As you prepare for these significant transitions, the angels encourage practical wisdom alongside spiritual surrender. While divine orchestration arranges circumstances beyond your control, your participation through thoughtful planning honors the partnership between human effort and spiritual guidance. Research your new location, create reasonable financial preparations, and organize your transition with care while remaining flexible enough to adjust as divine timing reveals itself. This balanced approach, neither controlling nor passive, creates optimal conditions for grace to operate in your experience, demonstrating respect for both divine wisdom and human responsibility in co-creating your journey. Your divine partner has been experiencing similar preparation, developing balance between purposeful action and spiritual surrender. Many have been learning important lessons about releasing attachment to specific outcomes while remaining committed to meaningful contribution. This foundation creates capacity for relationship that honors both individual purpose and shared vision, avoiding codependent patterns that compromise authentic expression. Your connection will thrive through mutual support of each person's unique calling, alongside collaborative creation that emerges from your combined gifts and perspectives. For those experiencing inner prompting towards specific locations that seem illogical by conventional standards, the angels encourage trusting these divine nudges. Human reasoning operates through limited information, while spiritual guidance accesses the complete picture, including factors invisible from your current vantage point. Some of you are being drawn toward places without obvious practical advantages. Perhaps smaller communities, locations without clear professional opportunities, or areas where you have no established connections. These promptings contain divine wisdom that will only reveal its full purpose through your willingness to follow guidance beyond logical understanding. Type "trust" in the comments if you're willing to honor these inner promptings, even when they transcend conventional reasoning. Your declaration creates energetic alignment with divine navigation, allowing guidance to manifest through increasingly clear signs and confirmations. The angels celebrate your courage in following spiritual direction beyond the boundaries of human calculation, recognizing that greatest blessings often await beyond the limitations of predictable paths. As you move toward these divine appointments, maintain gentle compassion toward yourself through the inevitable uncertainty of transition. Transformation naturally includes moments of doubt, anxiety, or grief, as familiar patterns and connections shift to accommodate new possibilities. These emotions don't indicate misalignment, but simply human response to significant change. Rather than judge these feelings as spiritual failure, recognize them as natural companions on journeys of growth. Your willingness to acknowledge vulnerability while continuing forward creates authentic strength far more powerful than artificial certainty that denies normal human experience. Your divine partner has been developing similar emotional maturity, learning to navigate uncertainty with grace rather than fear. This shared capacity creates foundation for relationship that embraces the full spectrum of human experience without judgment or suppression. Together, you'll create safe harbor for authentic expression, celebrating joys, honoring sorrows, acknowledging struggles, and recognizing growth with equal presence and acceptance. This emotional wholeness distinguishes divine partnership from connections based on performance or projection, allowing genuine intimacy that encompasses all aspects of your humanity. Thank you for watching.